the first half, it just didn't feel like we had a pop. Missed 10 foul shots. Hard to get over that hump. Felt like in the second half, we still same thing, we cut it to 9, just couldn't get over the hump. Late, we were able to pressure them a little bit, get the crowd in it, get some momentum, try to scare them. It got closer, but just seemed like we on loose balls and hustle plays, they were the first to them, and that's what we got to be better at, and we got to defend without fouling. We're putting guys on the foul line way too much.
In a game like this, how do you not take a look at the free throws? I mean, I'm sure there's so many different things you can look at and pinpoint, but it's a 7-point game, and you guys were 9 for 21.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes that happens. Sometimes the ball just doesn't go in. I was a little disappointed with how we defended tonight. That's where we got to be better. We got to defend without rebounding, defend without fouling. That was a big part of our game plan. In the other games, we've taken out the best player, and tonight, Blackshear, he was just, we just didn't stop. We had to do a better job on that. But I was lucky with it. Earlier in the year, I told the guys, we built this schedule to be a championship caliber team, and sometimes you have to learn the hard way, like we did tonight. But the potential's there. We got to be tougher. We got to defend without fouling, make our foul shots. That's how you win these games. And great lesson learned.
Were you surprised by the efficiency or lack thereof of the free throw line?
You know what? Sometimes, sometimes the ball just doesn't go in. I don't know why or what, but you just got to keep swinging. You just got to keep swinging. Got to keep them confident. We believe in our guys. We have to perform better. That's in the other games that we won. It wasn't the level of Nevada, but we executed the game plan. This one, some of our keys just weren't met, and to be able to win these games, which we got a couple great opportunities next week, we're going to have to be able to execute the game plan.
Talk a little bit about the rotation with your bigs. It still doesn't look like Braxton's completely back yet.
No, Braxton does some good things. He had in 11 minutes, he had 5 and 4. He was an elite rebounder. Wilhelm in that last stretch, I thought, did a really good job of defending. He may have had a couple finishes. He's been the guy that hasn't been hurt and has given us a big boost. And Frank got his energy going in that second half. But a big thing is we got to make foul shots. You leave 12 points on the table. It's part of the game. You got to make them.
How do you feel the chemistry is coming together? You guys
You know what? We're playing better teams, and that's a great thing. That's how you become your best. What started happening? They were switching a lot. We were holding the ball a little bit. We've been doing that in the first half of these games. We've been getting a good lead, and then it's like you're down 7 with 7 minutes to go. You kind of give it back, and when you play 3 games in 7 days, you don't really have practice time, and so so you talk about it, you show film, you kind of do it a little bit, but you got to be able to execute in the game, and we got to get better in that, and that's on us. We've got to do it, but these guys have been doing a really good job. Tonight, it just didn't seem like we had the juice that we needed from the fight and to the free throw line, and we needed it tonight.
In these first 3 games, what have you seen from Moses, particularly tonight? And that first half, he was kind of in and out.
Well, he had 2 fouls in the first 2 minutes of the game, and so our best shooter, we need him on the floor. We've been in foul trouble, and that we have to defend without fouling. That's just number one. We got to be physical and aggressive without fouling, and that's kind of crazy, but that's just what it is. We have good size. We've definitely just got to be better.
What was the message to Samir after tonight?
You know what? The referee never told me what he said. He said something. Can't get technical fouls. Frank the other day, and we all know Frankie's an unbelievable human being, and so is Xavier. The biggest thing is we can't afford it. It was like even late in the game, that 2 points could have been a 5-point, could have been a 3-point game, different type of game pressure, especially with the clock. But I never got clarity from the referees of what he said. He's a very respectful human being, so it's hard for me to believe that he would say something that would be, bad taste in nature,
Nate Calmes is making it difficult for you not to play him.
Yeah.
How do you see his role? Is it expanding?
Listen, I thought he came off in the first half. He gave us a huge boost off the bench, and Wilhelm in the second half. We need, Nate has to, defend. That's what he has to do. You're in a game where you got to score, but you're down 9. So it's like, you give and take. KJ's been an elite defensive player and making shots, so it's that. And if you have 3 guys in, you're really, really small. And so there's a lot of decisions that have to be made with combinations, but he definitely helps us. He's an efficient player. He can score. He's making me, it's no question making it hard.
Do you see him as that guy just, when you're not scoring, just to...
He came in the game, and I was just really proud of him because he didn't play in the second half of the Northern Kentucky game, and he really bounced back with a great attitude and ready to compete and play. And we're going to need it. We're going to need everybody. To be a great team, everybody has to do their job. They have to be able to do it at a high level tonight. We played our C game, and when you're trying to win a championship level team, an NCAA tournament programming team, that's what you have to do. You have to get to at least to your B and A game to be able to come out with victories.
When you have a guy like Keenan who's like going off, and it would seem that you get options on your bench. Did you try thinking, all right, let's put this guy out there, let's put this guy out there?
Yeah, you're talking about on Blackshear?
Blackshear.
Yeah, you know what? At the beginning we were switching, then we decided not to, and we put our most physical guys on him. We put Paulie was on him. He's 6'6", 210, 215. We put Keon Brooks on him. Xavier had him. Xavier actually probably did the best job on him because he had lower leverage. I was just concerned. Again, he fouled out with the technical foul, so it was hard in certain situations. He's the guy. You're trying to keep out of foul trouble, especially early in the game, and we just didn't.
Xavier did foul out, but he had 3 fouls early in the first half. What do you think of his ability to play through that second half with that he's already?
Yeah, it's hard. I gambled with him, playing him with 2. I took out Moses. I took out a lot of guys with 2. And then he got the charge. I trust him. I trust him. I trust him. Give him the keys to my house, my car. He's a heck of a player, heck of a leader, heck of a point guard, and I trust him. We'll be back.